Welcome back to The Explainer. Today we're diving into one of the absolute biggest NBA shakeups in recent memory. I mean, this is a deal literally nobody saw coming, but it completely shifts the balance of power in the league. We're talking, of course, about the Charlotte Hornets actually trading away their franchise centerpiece, LaMelo Ball.
Okay, let's just dive right into this because honestly, I'm still in absolute disbelief that this incredible trade actually went down. I mean, LaMelo Ball has been the face of Charlotte basketball, and both parties were seemingly in a really good place after a massive turnaround last season. So why on earth did the Hornets just trade their franchise star? Well, let's break down the mechanics of this historic swap.
Section 1, Anatomy of the Trade, the blockbuster deal. So Charlotte was fielding some incredibly aggressive offers from teams like Toronto and Portland, right? But Minnesota ultimately won the sweepstakes with an offer they just couldn't refuse. And you really just have to take in the sheer volume of assets changing hands here. The Timberwolves secure LaMelo Ball and Josh Green. But in return, man, the Hornets pull in a massive haul. They get six-man Naz Reid, an unprotected 2033 first-round pick, 3 future second-rounders, and first-round pick swaps in 2028, 2029, and 2030. That is just an absolute treasure chest of future draft capital.
But you know, we can't just gloss over the player going back to Charlotte. Naz Reid is not just some throw-in to make the math work, this is a huge get. We're talking about the 2024 Sixth Man of the Year. He's only 26, coming off a season where he averaged 13.6 points and 6.2 rebounds. And crucially for the modern NBA, he's a career 37.1% shooter from deep, so he provides this immediate proven impact.
And for Minnesota, you really have to realize the massive financial stakes they're taking on here. $119.2 million. LaMelo is eligible to sign this massive 2-year extension on July 6th. So the Timberwolves aren't just trading for a player, they are making an astronomical financial commitment to secure this superstar backcourt. Which brings us to Section 2, Minnesota's missing piece, the Ant and LaMelo show.
Strategically, Minnesota has been desperately hunting for a co-star to pair with Anthony Edwards. I mean, they were even pursuing massive names like Kevin Durant and Giannis Antetokounmpo in recent months. They needed a floor general. And that need, it escalated into an absolute emergency when guard Dante DiVincenzo tragically ruptured his Achilles during the playoffs last season. That devastating injury just left a glaring hole at point guard. They desperately needed someone to run the offense and feed Ant.
And this move creates a genuinely terrifying new reality for the rest of the league. Just think about this star-studded young core, completely locked in for the next half-decade. Anthony Edwards is 24, LaMelo Ball is 24, wing Jaden McDaniels is 25. All 3 of them are under contract through the 2028-29 season. It's just a massive, aggressive move to pry open a championship window right now. But what about Charlotte? It's fascinating, right? Like, what happens next for a team that actually won 44 games last season, especially coming off a 19-win season before that? Why blow up that upward trajectory right now? Let's get into Section 3, Charlotte's next chapter, building around the youth. Despite the trade, we really cannot forget that this Hornets team boasted the #1 ranked offense in the entire NBA over the second half of last season. After starting 11-23 on January 2nd, they went on to win 32 of their next 45 games. They were taking down heavyweights like the Celtics and Nuggets. And a lot of that returning firepower is still totally intact. Brandon Miller is stepping into a massive role after averaging a team-high 20.2 points. Plus, he'll be joined by Coby White, who's expected to sign a $74 million deal, keeping that core scoring engine fully alive. Plus, this youth movement is incredibly bright. Knueppel actually became the first rookie ever to lead the league in 3-pointers made. Combine that with this week's additions of first-round picks Hannes Steinbach and Christian Anderson Jr., and Charlotte's pipeline of young talent is just completely loaded. All right, Section 4, a bittersweet farewell, LaMelo's legacy. Looking back, the end of Ball's time in Charlotte was, well, it was incredibly rocky, full of intense highs and crushing lows. Just recall how this past season ended. In the play-in tournament, the Hornets beat the Heat 127-126 in a pure overtime thriller. LaMelo was spectacular. He scored 30 points and made an unbelievable game-winning layup with just 4.7 seconds left on the clock. The arena was absolutely electric. But then came the absolute chaos. Almost immediately, Ball was hit with massive league fines. $35,000 for reckless contact that injured Bam Adebayo's lower back, and another $25,000 for using profane language on live television right after the game.
And you know, that chaotic high was immediately followed by a crushing elimination. In the very next game, the Hornets were absolutely demolished by the Orlando Magic, 121-90. Trailing by as much as 35 points early on, Ball's 23 points weren't nearly enough. And just like that, their season was over. So really, his 6 seasons in Charlotte were just the ultimate roller coaster. You had early brilliance completely derailed by injuries. He was Rookie of the Year in year 1 and All-Star in year 2. But then, in years 3 through 5, injuries severely limited him to just 105 total games. Ultimately, his time in Charlotte ends without him being able to snap the franchise's agonizing 10-year postseason drought.
So, I want to leave you with this final thought. As we look at the immense talent changing hands and that massive haul of draft picks, will LaMelo Ball be the missing piece that finally brings Minnesota a championship? Or, with a loaded young core and a total treasure chest of picks, did Charlotte just brilliantly win the future? Keep your eyes on both of these franchises next season for sure. Thanks so much for exploring this with me today.